Hello, everybody. It's just an honor to be here, and as time, Terry Bird has been one of the people I used to look up to when I was young. And a lot of people. This Hall of Fame thing is a really cool thing, and it's an honor to be here and representing Brian. I've been watching him play and announce. He's been fantastic to watch. It's good to see a U.S. winger get to do something. He usually wins, like I was always known as a flake, whatever you want to call it, and things like that. So it's good to see a winger who's got some intelligence that's doing that. But my job today is to introduce Scott Stevens.
Yeah.
Scott was like, I remember when he first came out for Washington. I was playing for the Duck Brothers back then. For those who know who that was, one of the Nova players. I was talking to somebody in a meeting one day, and they're like, "Who are the Duck Brothers?" I'm like, really, that means you're really getting old too. And people say that to you, but anyway, Scott had come out for Washington, and I didn't know who he was, but he's like this. He was kind of a lean guy back then. And I talked to one of his high school friends, who's called Tony DePaul. He grew up with him in Bowie, and he said he used to run cross country. I'm like, really? That guy? No way. And Stack, I remember one time I was playing for Nova at the time, and it was a tournament on the mall. And for those who know Scott, he's very low key, very quiet guy, doesn't talk about himself much like me. And he was like a different person on the rugby field. Completely different. When the ball was there, he went after it. He had Willie with him all the time. Really Stewart, and Stack was like punching this guy on my team. He's like, "What is wrong with him?" I was like, "I've never seen that guy." And I was like, "Wow, he's an intense competitor," and I respect that a lot. And that was probably '87. So about 3 years later, I actually went to play for Washington, and I really enjoyed playing with Scott because he was strong, great player, always fit, probably the fittest guy on the field. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about his accolades real quick, and I'll turn it over to him. He played from 1979 to 2022, where he met his wife at JMU, Bonnie. We used to live like 5 miles from each other at the time before they moved down to Williamsburg. But he played at James Madison University, was president of the club. 1983 Ed League Cup has been mentioned a lot. I never played in that tournament, but that's okay. 83 South and Southeast regional champs with JMU. 83 ERU champs, runner-up to the U.S. Naval Academy. I was actually watching that game up in Conshohocken. That was Nova playing against Boston, and they got waxed in that game pretty bad. Anyway, he played for Washington, 3 national championships in 15s and 7s, which is turned out to be Scott's. Not that he was a fantastic 15 player and even better player in 7s. So he played for the U.S. rugby team from 1990 to 1994. He was in Hong Kong for 3 years, 91, 92, 93. Inaugural 7s World Cup, the first World Cup in 7s. Scott played in that in Scotland, in the famed Merrifield. And international touring sides. He played with the Cougars. He played with America's team in Atlanta many times in the ERU 7s. And, his accolades are only half, like a really small thing as far as the person and man that he is. He's always made me want to be a better husband. I will say that point blank to his face.
That's so sweet.
He's just a freaking great guy. And with that, I'll introduce Scott Stevens.
Actually, if I thought I had to speak, I would have declined the nominations. Thank you very much, and I'm going to take Mark Fowler's advice and go kiss his brother. I'll get it.
I want to get a kiss my wife. Still time.
Do you want to get a picture?
Yeah, I should have got a picture.
Give him the picture. Yeah, Bonnie, give him the picture.
No, I want to take it.
Your wife in the photo.
Get your wife in the photo.
That's okay.